Hey, how you doing, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good. Really, really good.
Oh,
My
that's good to hear.
my kids who was born a little early came home yesterday, so I'm in a really good
Oh,
mood.
nice.
Yeah,
Congrats.
thanks.
Yeah, my sister actually had a baby only like a week ago or something like that.
Oh, okay. That's dope. Congrats to your sister.
Yeah,
Congrats.
thanks.
So today I'm entering a tournament for the first time in like I don't even know how many years,
Okay.
and I'm supposed. I think Bobby Big Balls is in the tournament, but I didn't know any other names besides that. Um, but oddly enough, I wanted to actually talk more today about like Fox.
Fox Dittos?
Yeah,
Okay.
because the way how Fox Doodles have been playing out for me, I'm in this weird place where it's either I absolutely run them over because I can one touch them, or I get a play style that doesn't allow me to do that, and they I feel like they just have a better understanding of like the dash dance game in neutral, where no matter if I throw out a move, it either to them it feels because if I get beat out by like a standing up tilt, I feel like I just did a move that like they just were ready for, like they was ready for a short hop, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So if they beat me with that, I'm like, okay, sure. But then I feel like then some, not all foxes, but some foxes would be like, okay, he doesn't want to do that again because I realize like he's a player that sees that he got hit by that and won't do it for a little while, and then they'll run in and grab, and then I'm in like this weird that happens to me a lot versus certain foxes online.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay,
so
well, one quick thing to mention from that is a good rule of thumb is just don't assume the other person will adapt until
uh-huh.
they do.
Okay.
So that's just kind of how it is. Like a lot of times, like it's like if you find an opening on someone and then they get away with and then like you hit somebody out of some opening that you find and then they die and then they come back and you have a chance to do it again. If they
Uh-huh.
have perfectly adapted to you, then they will just take your stock and then it'll
Uh-huh.
be even. And so but you'll have the information that they adapted to it. And it's kind of like you
Gotcha.
can kind of use your stocks and games as sort of like a currency to like find out what people can adapt to. At least
Okay.
if you've never played them before. If it's like somebody you know really well, then you can make certain assumptions about what they will and won't adapt to. But it's really like this is something that even happens like at my level of play, like at like top 10 level of play. There's so many spots where like you do something and you kind of like adapt for them, assuming they'll adapt, and then they get away with like repeating a pattern that they shouldn't be getting away with. And so it's just at all levels of play that's like very relevant, and especially at like anything that's not super duper top level, people are
Mm-hmm.
usually not going to be adapting to things very fast. And they're usually
Okay.
going to kind of get hit by the same things over and over again. So if you find that opening, kind of just try to press it. Maybe you can do a little variation on it, but try to maybe
Uh-huh.
get something really similar to it and see if they're able to adapt. And most of the time, people actually don't. And
Okay.
especially if you like do three or four different things to them. Sometimes there's things that you do. Well, you do a thing and then they'll adapt to it really fast, and you go, "Oh wow!" And then you do something different, and then this is more of like a bad habit of theirs, and then they keep falling into it over and over. Like I'm sure you've
Yeah.
had the feeling of having a bad habit and you're trying to stop it, and then your
For a
opponent
win.
and your opponent like does this same thing, and your hands just like presses the A button or the C stick or whatever, like without you
Hmm.
even wanting to, and
Yeah.
like so you can abuse those things that the other person has like that.
Okay. Yeah, because that I have noticed that like especially in dittos and I noticed a lot of foxes do this because I capitalize on it a lot too. There's usually if I put someone in the corner, they do one of two things. They either roll in or they full hop.
Mm-hmm.
And those are these from what I've in my experiences, those are usually just the things that people shark out. But then I'm like, oh, I wonder why they do that. And then I get put in the same situation, and I do the same shit. And I'm like, oh, that's not good,
So,
But
okay, one other thing that since you mentioned that something small is that if you're playing Fox and you're
uh-huh,
ever in the corner against any character in the game and you feel very threatened, either go to ledge and ledge dash, or go to ledge and double jump laser land on the platform. Both of them are invincible, and so you'll get out of whatever corner pressure you're in pretty much for free. You don't really want to fight out of the corner.
Got you. So from there, you just go in.
Most people won't do that, but that is what they should be doing.
Yeah, I've been actually. It was today. Actually, I was like, I wonder how people like do like the invincible double jump to ledge laser land. I was like I never actually like tried to like learn it. And I was like, I wonder why I can't get it. And in my head, I was like, dude, just press back. I'm like, oh.
Just press what?
Like, just press back to get off of the ledge.
Oh,
like,
yeah, I mean, you can do it in different ways, but yeah.
I feel like that might be like one of the more consistent, at least for me, one of the more consistent ways.
Yeah, whatever works.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I don't know. Like Fox neutral to me is, I feel like it's chaotic, but I also feel like that's just me at my level, and I may be making it more chaotic than it actually is.
Fox dittos. So there's this thing that I always say where like there has never been a single good Fox ditto ever played in tournament. And it's because it's really hard, and you have to hit a lot of like really precise tech chases and reactions. And if you even slightly mess up, the other guy shines you, and then it's his turn to mess up his incredibly difficult tech chase and reactions. You know?
Yeah, I definitely.
So like
understand
you'll be playing, and you shine a guy, and you're like, ha, I got him. And you run over, he spot dodge shines your grab. Then he runs over, and you're like, oh yeah, and then you spot dodge shine his grab, and then you miss your tech chase again, and then like he misses his again, and then you're like, oh dude, we're so bad, and then you watch like Leffen Cody or something, and it's the same thing. Like it's just like that's just the matchup. And so a lot of this matchup, a lot of winning it is just having consistency and not like you want to. It's like if your punishes are consistent and you're doing as much as you can to minimize chaos, then you're sort of getting higher chances of winning. That's always kind of been my mentality with the matchup is like if one guy is doing that whole shine and then you get spot dodge shine on your tech chase and you miss your tech chase, whatever, and you're just doing like basic bread and butters where you're getting some juggle damage and you're getting your edge guards and stuff like that, then like you'll just inevitably win no matter what. And if you're kind of playing like a decently safe neutral and you're kind of doing generally the right things, if you're hitting your punish, you'll just beat like most players. And if you're really hitting your punishes, you might even beat like a top player on kind of like an off day. Because if they're not playing that well and you're hitting your punishes, the matchup is kind of chaotic. You might get a spot dodge shine or a random reversal shine out of something. And if you can combo them out of it, and especially if you know how to get like Armada shine edge guards and you're good at doing the basic edge guards and stuff like that, you'll be able to like basically punch up pretty well in the ditto.
Gotcha. Yeah, the edge guard game, that doesn't really bother me too much. Because if there's one thing I could do, I could edge guard a Fox like that. Armada shines I kind of have down second nature.
Okay, good.
I don't know, like that part. That's the only part of the Fox matchup where I'm like, oh yeah, cool, they're dead.
Okay,
that's
good.
The only part of it. Like I will like I've been able to like shine people like out of mid fire Foxes, all that like pretty consistently. But for me, it's just like I don't know. There are just moments in the matchup against certain Foxes. Like for example, there's a Fox I met last night. Goes by Pharaoh on this thing. I don't know who the hell that is, but I would grab him. I would do my usual like 50 to 60, maybe even kill him. But after that, in neutral, it became so hard to grab him or just to approach in his general direction. And I've heard, I think it was you talking about something called like extended neutral, and I really don't know. Like I feel like in the matchup, I'm so eager to like try to hit like other Fox.
Yeah, the problem is that defensive Fox beats offensive Fox. So that's just a fact of life.
Yeah, I'm starting to realize that. And then I was like, how do I play defensively? I'm bad at playing like the defensive Fox that that kills off of an opening from being defensive.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
me, like I'll dash dance, I'll run up shield or something like that, and hopefully get a grab or whatever. But for the most part, like defensive wise, that's probably where my Fox lags the most when it comes to putting out defensive options
Yeah, a
that
lot
lead
of
to
it is kind of
offense.
like retreating drills, or not retreating, like fade back drill, like short hop drill. That
Yeah.
one's really good. And then like mixing up your full hop, and you can do like a thing where you like full hop, and then you see if they whiffed, and if they didn't, you'd like double jump to the top plat, and you're pretty safe. So that's like the full hop is like a really big one, because if you think about it, the only way that Fox can hit a Fox full hopping is with his own full hop hard read, and most of the time he's not going to be able to do that. And like if
Uh-huh.
and so like if you just full hop, it's really hard for the other Fox to do anything about it unless you commit to landing, like you full hop drill or full hop bear or something, because then they
Okay.
can dash dance grab it. So like most of the time you can like full hop, and then you can either try to do some sort of tricky drift on your aerial and hopefully not get grabbed, or you can just like double jump away to the platform, or like full hop over a side plat, and then you mix up between like full hopping onto the side platform and like shielding and shield dropping, or like full hopping and then falling through the platform and doing like a nair or a back air or something like that.
Yeah.
So full hop is really really strong just because it requires like a commitment from the opponent to beat it, in terms of like they have to hard read you. And if like
Uh-huh.
so if they try to hard read your full hop and they like full hop up air or full hop nair and you didn't full hop, then you can
Yeah.
punish that with like a dash dance grab or whatever, because they have like kind of committed to it.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm glad you said it because for some odd reason, and I'm not sure if it's just like the, the way how I came up in melee. Um, Whenever I full hop at somebody, I am so quick to pull that double jump trigger. Like, oh shoot, I'm in the air and they didn't do anything yet, and meanwhile I just like took off. And I'm like, well, time to get the hell out of here. And so,
Well, you usually want to wait until like right after the peak of your jump,
yeah,
because like
decide.
kind of like when you have a choice to either aerial, fast fall aerial, or double jump, and you want to do it
Uh-huh.
at kind of that point because you have like the most options, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like that's the thing, is like the reason why your brain is like, "Low, yo, like let's double jump, like let's get out of here," is because you know it's totally safe. Like you know from your experiences that like they can't really punish you for double jumping away. And so that's
Yeah.
why your brain likes that. And it's fine to like that because it is really that good.
um, what else was it? Oh, so particularly with like my fox. Another thing I noticed is that like after aerials, um, I almost, and this is a big problem I have, and my other friends who are better than me have told me the same thing, is that after like aerials, I almost always 97% of the time will shine, and
You
they're
mean
like,
like if you hit somebody's shield, or
if I hit them,
if
like
if you hit them. I see.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and I'm like, yeah, but I get follow ups off of this, that, and the third. They're like, yeah, that's nice and all for where you are, like against other foxes of your level, but like there's counterplay to that now. It's like there's also a lot of times where like if you say like instead of like Nair shining, you could like drill up tilt,
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
something like that.
So Nair is going. So your Nair is kind of. It's hard to describe Nair in the Fox Ditto. Um, your Nair is almost like a jab in the Fox Ditto. Like, you know, like when like you kind of jab someone and it just kind of like throws them out of whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
And you kind of want to use your Nair like that. Your Nair is kind of for like tricky positions and like weird timings where you just kind of like Nair, you know, and you just kind of smack them, and they're like, "What was that? What was that?" And you're like, I'm right on the other
Uh-huh.
side of the stage, like, like take,
Yeah.
like you just kind of slap them and run for your life. Like that's kind of Nair. Like Nair is kind of like, or like you're like they're in the corner, and I feel like this Nair will probably be good because I'll just kind of smack them with the Nair, and then maybe they'll go off stage or something like that, right? But
Uh-huh.
like if you're trying to get combos, the move in this matchup, the moves are grab, running shine, shine out a shield, or drill. And so the biggest things in this matchup that you need to practice most of the time are drill grab. Like drill grab is, I would almost say, like the centerpiece of the Fox Ditto. Like it is like the thing, and then everything sort of like works off of that. Mostly because like, you know, like grab is kind of the center point of it. But like if people are good, most of the time they're not really gonna get grabbed super easily. You might be able to get grabs on certain full hop drifts and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like if a fox just randomly like nares at you, or excuse me, fox just randomly nares at you or something, usually you're not going to be able to just grab it. Maybe if you just happen to get the perfect spacing and you grab and you're like, oh nice, I got it, you know? But most of the time you're not going to be able to get it. Whereas like there's a lot of situations where, like, let's say you're in that spot where somebody does that like stationary up tilt to beat your short hop approach, right? Yeah. So a lot of times you full hop and you're kind of coming, and so basically you full hop and either they throw out this up tilt really early, or sometimes what will happen is you full hop above them and they think you're gonna full hop fast fall aerial, but you don't fast fall it, you do the slow fall. So you full hop up and then they up tilt like right before you get to them. Mm-hmm. If you do like a nair, most of the time they'll just hold down and then shine you out of it or something like that, you know? So most of the time out of that, you full hop and then they up tilt and then you drill immediately. But if you drill shine, it gives them more opportunities to get out. So here's the thing. Drill shine is good. It's like really, really good. But there's more counterplay to it. It's easier to kind of avoid than drill grab. Because like a lot of times, like I think Billy Bo Peep, he's in the chat. This guy is really, really good at shine tech chase. Where he'll do drill shine, and then he just wave dashes forward, and wherever you tech out of the shine, he'll just chase you with a grab. And so it is good. But there's also a lot of situations where, like, you know, if you shine someone, they might go to edge. Like, they might go to the ledge because, like, you're kind of close to the edge of the stage, or especially on small stages. Like Yoshi's or Fountain, you're, like, pretty much too close to the edge to shine someone at like almost all points in the match. Because like, you know, even if you're in center, a lot of times they'll still go to the edge from the shine. So the shine is like a lot less useful in terms of like a combo starter on those smaller stages, or depending on like your stage positioning, or even like on a platform, you know, like if you land a drill on a platform, you're not really looking for like a shine there because they'll just slide off the platform and you did nothing to them. And so drill grab is super important there, and it's something that you really just have to like practice and kind of get down. It's not like a super true combo all the time, but it's a super tight window, and basically they would have to like they will have to beat you. They basically have to hit a frame perfect window and read your timing. So usually you're gonna be able to get away with it, and if you can't get away with it and they keep shining you or spot dodging it or whatever, just kind of be like, okay, I just need to practice it a little bit more. Because if you're good at it, most of the time, you'll get it. And also, what they'll usually do, there becomes this sort of, not really like a mix-up, it's more just like something that happens to be beneficial for you, is that like if you drill shine someone and somebody wants to tech it, normally they're going to tech like away or something, or in place. Then if you don't do the shine there, they shield. Because they're trying to press like shield to tech. And so most of the time when you drill grab, even if you're a few frames late, people will shield because they think you're going to drill shine. So you can just drill grab most of the time. And drill up tilt is also very good, but I would say that like usually drill up tilt is when you're trying to drill grab and then the person goes behind you. And so turning around and grabbing would be too slow. And so that's when you up tilt. Gotcha. But I would never recommend like trying to drill someone with the intention that like, I'm going to drill up tilt, you know? That usually is not like a thing you're going to be doing. The up tilt is more like, they SDI'd behind me, so I'll up tilt them. Or they were dashing through me as I drilled, so they ended up behind me, so I up tilted them out of it, you know? Yeah, I hear you. But those things are so important. Like if you haven't been doing, you know, drill grab and stuff, you've basically been playing like a 30-70 matchup in the Fox Ditto. Like, especially if the other person is doing drill grabs and stuff like that.
I would have to say so because my usual opener for a Fox matchup is just running shine, or just like I would try to clip them out the air with Nair and go from there. But that's just because sometimes I feel like drill just doesn't have the range that I want. But then again, that's just a spacing issue on my end.
Yeah, the thing is that's because you're trying to reach for them.
Yeah,
you don't
definitely.
need to reach for them. This matchup is all about defending yourself. And also, shield is really, really good in this matchup, just because Fox has such a good shine at a shield. And against some characters, shield isn't as good. Like, let's say Marth, shielding is not as good because he can, like, fair your shield, and he's not anywhere close to shine at a shield range,
Yeah.
But if Fox hits your shield, like 90% of the time, he's within shine at a shield distance. And shine at a shield will beat drill. And remember, he really wants to drill you. So if he drills and you shield, you get a shine at a shield every time.
I also gotta remember this drill grab. You know what? I found out what my infatuation with Nair is just because when I was learning the game, J-Man was very prevalent at the time, and so he was just, that was also back before like we actually like used a lot of defensive options, and like Nair was the move,
Dude, yeah, before holding down became a thing, Nair was like the best move in the whole game. Like, I remember people would say like, how do you beat Captain Falcon as Fox? And people would just be like, Nair? And like, and you watch the top Foxes, and like the Falcon is just like doing whatever, and they just Nair, and the Falcon's pressing every button on his controller except for down.
Exactly.
And it's like, oh man, the old days, huh?
So like in my head, I'm like, bro, that Nair button, that's it. And everybody nowadays like, that's not it.
Definitely not in the Ditto too.
Yeah, especially in the Ditto. So I'm just like, okay. So now I'm trying to like program my mind to do like other things, and getting Nair out is one of the main ones.
Well, because also like when you're reaching for them, you're not like, there's no plan except like Nair usually works,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Like that's pretty much it, and it's like that Nair usually works is really good. And when I'm playing in a top level Fox Ditto, I still definitely use the Nair usually works here thing. But it needs to be, the sprinkles on top.
Yeah, that's very true. So there was. I'm trying to think. What else is there? Oh, okay. Here's a big problem that I have. Right. So, I'm not gonna say I'm like like super quick Fox, but by no means am I slow. When I run into someone who I feel. Not even feel, who I see is faster. Especially since like my game plan before this conversation wasn't really that of like too much like defense, but more like just like take stage control and see what happens. I would just they would make me pull my trigger first by like just using their speed, and for some game they would literally just shut me down. Like, I'm like, what do I do? Like he's so fast, and I don't know if I can catch this guy. So, what do you do when you feel as if because you've fought all kinds of Foxes. So, what do you do when you feel like there's a Fox or Falco or whoever that is just everywhere?
Yeah. So if somebody is being really fast, you definitely don't want to fight them on speed.
Okay.
So if you feel like this person is like legitimately faster than you, what you want to do is like usually play like sort of take the role of being like, like you're like, wow, this guy is so fast, and it's like, okay, do I try to run just as fast as this guy, or do I try to trip him, and like use his speed against him, And so you kind of take a role of like, okay, you're the fast guy, and I'm the guy who's trying to like beat up the fast guy. And so a lot of times, you can. So the thing is a lot of times in this game, speed is like, what is speed? Obviously they're moving around really fast, but it's not like they can use moves faster. Like their character is, like if he does a short hop nair, it's exactly the same as your short hop nair,
Mm-hmm.
and so a lot of it is like not getting. So like a lot of players when they like dash at you, at like lower level especially, there's like a lot more of like there. It's like hard to describe it, but basically like if somebody is dash dancing really fast in your face, it doesn't have like if somebody's dash dancing really fast in your face, they're doing precisely as much damage as someone standing next to you doing nothing.
Uh-huh.
And so it's sort of important to like not let their speed make you think that they are like attacking you more than like a normal player. Because just because they're dash dancing more or like flying all over the place, they still, like in their head, they're not actually moving faster than you. Like in their mind. Like in their mind, they're still like, oh, I'm going to wait here to bait this out. I'm going to try to, read in by coming in here. It's just that their hands are quicker. Like they have faster patterns than you with their hands. Their hands are moving really fast, but their brain and your brain like are going at the same speed. Like they can't think faster just because they've trained their hands to move faster,
Yeah.
And so like sort of just remembering that like while they are faster, this is still an even playing field mentally, and like I can still bait them and and I can still read them, and like just know that they're not really doing anything different just because they're moving fast, And part of why you're probably struggling is because you're trying to catch them. You're even saying, like, how am I going to catch this guy? And it's like, you don't need to catch people,
Uh-huh.
Like, if you're in a fight with somebody, like, they have exactly the same parameters as you with their body and stuff like that, which you have in a ditto, if they can hit you, you can hit them.
That's true.
Because you have the same range. And if they're too far away for you to hit them, then they can't hit you either, because you're just as far away from them as they are from you, So it's important not to look at those situations as like disadvantages, because there is no disadvantage there, because nothing is going wrong for you. It's completely even.
Okay. That's true. That's a good way to look at it. It just seems, it's like in the moment it seems so like it's so easy to get lost in it, like
Yeah, it is. Okay, so that's why we have these nice safe options, like we have full hop and stuff, because it doesn't matter how fast someone is. If you full hop, they have no answer except hard reading your full hop, which is, people will hard read it out of the corner and stuff like that. But if you're in center and you're dash dancing and you full hop, they're not going to be able to really punish that on reaction, And so you have like these kind of like options which are kind of like, like get away from me, or like basically these options work no matter how fast someone is. So if you're kind of panicking, it's really nice to have these options that are kind of like universally pretty safe, stuff like that. Like shielding is usually pretty safe, full hopping is usually pretty safe. Just be sure you're ready to like wave dash out of shield at a moment's notice. Don't like roll a lot out of shield. It's like shield, wave dash out, shine out, full hop out, stuff like that.
Got you.
But once you've mastered those defensive things, it's pretty interesting. But like, because most of them aren't that tricky. Like the full hop is like anybody can full hop, and you'll be surprised when you get good at it. Like it doesn't matter how fast or cracked out the fox you're playing is. It really doesn't. You can just do the same thing, and they have to slow down because of it. It's pretty interesting. Like, I can play a fox who's pretty slow, or I can play Cody or Moki, and if I kind of do my thing defensively, it forces them into kind of like a framework of playing the mental game rather than being able to just tech skill you.
Got you. And those tools are mostly full hop and what else?
Shield, and like wave dash out of shield.
Gotcha.
And like also short hop fade back drill. Short hop fade back drill is so good because like it basically gives you a little break in neutral, and if they try to run in, they'll get drilled, which will lead to a drill grab. And you can mix up whether you fast fall or not, and mix. So the thing is like, when you do the fade back drill, the reason why it's so strong is because it threatens an approaching drill. And so, like, they have to worry about the approaching drill. So, like, let's say they think you're gonna do a fade back drill, and then so they try to run in to punish it, and you just do a normal like approaching drill, which you shouldn't do very often. But let's say you did, then you would hit them for it, and then you get like a drill grab and they die. Or there's spots where like they might do, you know, or like let's see. So, like, if you do, like, a drill fade back, and then they run in to try to punish the fast fall version, but you don't do a fast fall, they might still run into it, and then you can get a grab, you know, like a drill grab.
Yeah. Huh. Okay, I gotta drill a lot more.
Yeah.
Hey, that and full hop. I don't know why, but I really don't know why I pull my double jump trigger so much, but I'll work on that for sure. Now okay, so two questions. One,
Okay.
do a lot of these tips also apply to fighting Falco? And two, I don't even know how to phrase my second question, but
yeah, they basically do apply. They apply a little bit differently. You can't really do the fade back drill stuff against Falco, because Falco is usually not going to be like rushing in to try to grab you. That's not really like what Falco does. And so like the fade back drill stuff is a lot less useful, but the shield and the full hop stuff is still pretty useful. You have to be a little bit more worried about a lot of Falco's pressure in terms of like laser shine and stuff like that. But like at the same time, it's very difficult to overshield against Falco unless the Falco is doing things really correctly. So yeah, I would say like generally shield and like dash dance shield is like really good against Falco, more so than against Fox.
Okay.
But like just kind of holding shield against Fox is like usually really strong. It's like very difficult for him to deal with.
Got you. Okay.
I just remember, like, basically I played Sunsei at a local, and this is like right before quarantine started, and he kind of showed up, and then he was just moving super fast, and I was just doing this stuff where I shielded and full hopped and stuff, and I just kind of bopped him, and he's just like, dude, like, and I just had to kind of break the news to him of like, sorry man, like defensive Fox works better, and he's like, oh. But I think he kind of adapted to that after that. But I remember he kind of had this feeling, you know, that kind of, you know, nair, and you can kind of get your way in, and it's like when you play somebody who knows how to use these defensive options, it becomes clear very quickly, and you'll notice when you use it that it'll become clear to your opponents very quickly that like they can't just like beat you up, you know, they can't rush you down.
Got you. Yeah, because rush down is really like something I feel like I was very weak to. Because when I play my friend like Vortex, right? He, as soon as he gets a hit, he like it's either my stock is gone or I eat 90. You know, it's one of the two. And I was like, how do I beat like this rush down? I feel like the tools I have require me to move forward, as opposed to like them coming to me. You know, just the way how I play Fox. Or if I'm not pressing forward, then like a lot of my options don't equivalent to the damage I need to do.
Yeah, like a lot of your experience is in kind of going in.
Yeah, exactly. So even when I play defense, so let's say like we're in a match, right? And I'm dash dancing, and you're dash dancing. I am going to overshoot. Most likely, I will commit first, and I will overshoot first, right? And when I do that, I will overshoot by like taking like 1 or 2 steps forward. Meanwhile, in my head, I'm like, okay, I took my 2 steps. I should press a button. Instead of me looking at the stage and like, this guy still has like the entirety of like the left platform to run underneath.
Yeah, he can dash all the way back to his house, you know?
Yeah, he can literally go home and come back, and I'll still be in my lag.
Yeah. In the Ditto, it's really important to not commit first. There are some matchups in which Fox committing first is advantageous, specifically against Sheik, where like if you try to commit second against Sheik, it's almost like a losing matchup, and you really want to kind of be interface and kind of playing that way you were saying. But against Fox, it's like
It doesn't work.
You know, it's like
well.
it's like if you're really good at dodging punches and throwing punches, and you fight yourself, you don't want to be the guy to throw the first punch because then it's you. You'll just dodge it and hit him, or hit yourself. So it's like you wanna be as careful and like you don't want to commit as possible.
Got you. Okay. Now that we discussed that, what are you, okay? So I was playing. I believe I told you once already. I was playing a fox that's in Cali right now. It used to be in New York. Wasabi, and
Sounds familiar.
yeah, he's super clean. He's a super clean fox. Like I'm pretty sure I didn't see him missing out cancel for like 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And we were playing, and I was trying to figure out. He's the one that told me like I don't really have a game plan for most of the matches that I go into.
Mm-hmm.
And what I was trying to figure out is how does he? His punishes were very, very, very consistent, super consistent, pretty much like a tree. Like okay, I hit him with this move. Now if he does this option or this option, we go here.
That's
And
how
from there,
combos
goes-
are supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, if he does this option or this option, we go here. And it seemed like I would follow that tree no matter what happened. Like there was always a branch where I was like, oh, yep, I die here. Oh, I die here. And I was trying to figure out like at low percent, if you get a grab, you chain grab, right? But once I get to like the chain grab is about to die off, like around the 50-ish range, or even like
are you talking about
early
like
40s.
you're talking about FD?
Not really FD. FD, I got it. FD, I can pretty much death touch or at least get them off stage to an edge guard position. But on any other stage, let's just go with Battlefield.
Okay.
Once I get them to like a percentage where they hit the platform, I'm kind of at a loss. I know I'm supposed to hit it up there, but I'm not too great at that, and that's just practice.
Okay,
But
so here's the thing to know, okay? So this is really important, is at lower percents, like 20-ish, 15, even like 30, if you up throw someone onto a platform, it is a 50-50 on whether you can hit the up air or not. You have to make a read. You will not be able to react to it.
Okay.
So what
So I
you...
should just
It is
go for
at
the
lower
up air?
at lower percents. Yeah, you're gonna go for the up air no matter what, pretty much. Especially at where you're at now in the combo game. But you're gonna go for the up air no matter what, and you do a 50-50 between tech in place / miss tech, or tech roll. So what you either do is you either up air right where they're landing to hit the miss and tech or tech in place, or you wait and you react to either left or right tech roll. And if you choose one or the other, you're not going to be able to get them if they do the other one. So it's basically a true 50-50. So you generally, that's not really where you want people to be in that percent. Like, you don't really want to have to do the up throw right there. But a lot of times you just have to. So you will be forced into situations where you end up going for that 50-50 there, and that's just how it is. That's part of Fox's punish game. Once someone reaches like 50-ish, maybe a little bit earlier, I don't know, it probably depends on the exact stage because of the height of the platform. You can actually, what you do is you jump, because the early ones is like they tech so early that like you have to hit them with a rising up air. Because, you throw them and they tech immediately and you have to just rising up air. And that's the only thing you have enough time to do. But at higher percents, the time between you up throwing and them landing on the platform is like a lot higher, right? Like it takes them longer to come down to land on the platform because the throw pushed them higher in the air. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what you have time to do there is full hop and falling up air on the tech in place / miss tech. And because of that, because you're doing the falling up air, you actually have time to then react to the tech roll.
Got you.
So past a certain percent, it becomes like a guaranteed punish on the platform with falling up air, and then you chase the tech roll with, grab or up smash or up tilt or whatever you want to do.
Okay. that sounds good. My question is, okay, so let's say I hit the upper, right, and it's on a fox. Let's say it's on a fox. Actually, yeah,
What'd
we'll
you
go
say?
with fox. Let's say I hit the up throw up air. I call the 50-50, right, and
Okay.
I hit that up air, right, and
Mm-hmm.
they're now at 50, and their height is like just about where the top platform is. They can't get to it yet, but they're just about there.
Okay.
Do you do you? What would be your move selection there? Because in my head, I'm like up smash, but I feel like that would end
Yeah,
my
up smash is usually a suboptimal choice. If you're in tournament and
yeah
you just don't know what to do, and it's like up smash is better than nothing, you know?
yeah
But a lot of times, like, you can do. So, Fox's sharking on Fox is really, really strong. So, kind of like when in doubt, it's okay. Like, it's never a bad idea to just up air again. Like
okay
that's never bad because in the best case for you, they just keep DIing in and you just up air them until you kill off the top, which I'm sure you've done before, where you just like up air
yeah
and they DI in, and you're like up air again, and then they DI up and you jump to the top plat and up air again, and they DI in, up air one more time. You're like, yeah, I'm sick, you know. And so it's like that is the best case scenario for you. And then so what they'll have to do is when you up air them, they have to DI off the stage, but we all know what that means. It's edge guard time,
yeah
you know? You up air, full hop out, shine, then you get your edge guard, whatever, you know? Or
uh-huh
full hop out, shine back air, you know, or whatever, and then or back air, and then you get your edge guard. So the up air when in doubt, I would say just up air over and over. There are situations where like if they DI in towards center, you might just like short hop nair them, like coming off the side plat, you like short hop nair and come down to the center of the stage, something like that, and then like they'll go to the other side plat, and then you can like tech chase there again or whatever. But like I would say that if all you did was up air and you're just like, what's your name? You're like up air, you know, like and you just have nothing else in your mind, you're not really you're gonna combo harder than like 90% of foxes still.
gotcha. Okay, so I just really gotta I just really gotta practice these up airs. Gotcha.
Yeah, so the up air is really
That's
important. If you have a chance to hit the single hit falling up air, you should do it in a combo. So there's like spots where like you up tilt someone and they go above you and you have a choice of either like short hop rising up air, you know, or like
uh-huh
full hop falling single hit up air. And the full hop falling single hit up air is really good because first of all, you know, they can't SDI it. And then second of all, like as you're falling, you know, like it's just kind of like the tech chase on the plat. Like if you do an aerial while you're about to land and you're falling, you can react to the combo a lot better than if you're rising out of your aerial because you have a lot more time that you're unable to do things, you know.
yeah
Whereas if you hit them and then just as you hit them and then you land immediately, you have plenty of frames to catch them.
got you. Okay. Huh. Okay, that's actually a really good way to think about it. Let's see. So that's really helped out a lot because, like I said, for me, my biggest thing is just like dealing with speedy foxes. Like, granted, that's because I needed to press forward to do things. That and I never I really have to like lab out like full hop, like and not double jumping because it's so I don't know. Like you said, it's like a good feel factor in my brain. It's like I'm safe, but then again, nothing happened. Like I'm not plus on anything. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
gain anything. I'm just
Here, let
I'm
me
just
show you this really quick. I think this might be useful for you. Um, so these are basically, I think these full hops were kind of popularized by IBDW. Um, so this is the type of full hop I'm talking about. So what most people have is they have kind of two types of full hops. They have either this full hop where they go like, haha, you know, and they just, wee.
yeah
Or they have this where they kind of go like, you know,
yeah
like that. But the important full hop, the one you really want to learn, is this one where you jump right over someone's head and get your drift to return to neutral. So if you're right here, all you have to do is jump straight above them, because then you get this mix-up of like, am I going to land here or am I going to land here, you know? But
yeah
out of a dash jump, which is really usual because you go like kind of like this, and then you do this jump, and then you fade it back like this. So the nice thing about fading it back is I can go like fade to the right like this, and I can end up look at, I'm on top, they don't know which way I am, and then I'm on the right side. Whereas if I hold back and then I hold forward again, now I'm on this side. So I can do this and then change at the last second which side I want to be on. Gotcha. You see that? And so that's really, really important. And so doing that is just going to help so much, because if you go like this and you come up and then I'm going to go on this side, or I'm actually going to go on, this side. And so you want to be able to get your drift neutral right above your opponent, so you can choose which side of them you want to go on. And so I would say practice like this full hop a lot. And don't really do like this. Like, don't ever pretty much do this against Fox.
Yeah, that Fox looks real familiar. That one.
Yeah, this one's really bad, and this one is kind of bad too. There's certain Foxes where this one's not bad against, where you kind of do that. I think this is actually not that bad, where you kind of like, they're literally at this spacing, and you're kind of here, and you kind of go like this. It's not too bad, because they have to watch out for this one, So you're kind of doing the same, like, bait there. This is what the fade back drill looks like, by the way. You like that?
Yeah.
And you can usually dash back out of it, but then sometimes you dash in like that. So you're kind of doing this, and you go like that. And then you go, and then you drill, grab, and then you combo, But yeah, I just wanted to show you that full hop, because that full hop is, like, really important compared to, like, making sure that you're not like, oh, he told me to full hop a bunch, and then you start doing, like, that full hop back air full hop, And it's like, that's not the full hop I'm talking about. And it's very important to know the distinction between those two.
Yeah. I would assume it was the one that you was talking about, just from off of our Sheik lesson.
Yeah. It's that same one all the time, in, like, every matchup, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta start abusing.
But you don't, against Fox, you don't always need to do, like, the full hop in directly over him. You can kind of just full hop straight up a lot of times, but usually you want to be facing forward and not backwards.
Gotcha.
Because you want to be able to drill. You don't, like, the drill is the thing you want, not, like, the falling back air usually,
Okay. And if you could explain to me one thing.
Of course.
I see so, like I said, I'm a bit of an older player, right? So I've seen Foxes. I'm used to doing, like they used to call thunder combos. Just the jab after the shine. But I noticed, like, a lot of people now, they down tilt. Is that just to screw around with the SDI of Fox off the jab?
Okay, so the Thunder's combo is just always gonna be weird, where, like, it doesn't work and it's horrible, and then suddenly it's last stock in tournament and you shine jab someone and win the tournament because of it. And, like, that has just happened to me so many times that I can't in good faith tell you that Thunder's combo is bad, And there's also been many times where I'm under pressure and suddenly I do get Thunder's comboed, because it's very difficult to react to in a lot of cases. But basically, the reason why the down tilt is nice is because a lot of times you'll try to do a Thunder's combo, and instead of doing a miss tech, people tech in place. Then the jab misses, and then you get shined. And so the down tilt is nice, because when you wave dash down tilt, if they miss tech or tech in place, the down tilt will work against both of those.
Gotcha.
Because even if they tech in place and your jab hits, they just hold down and then, hurt you for it.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, the down tilt is nice because, you can... And you don't want to super duper over rely on down tilt, like, every time. But it is pretty nice. Like, it's basically, if you replace all of your Thunders with wave shine down tilts, that's generally for the best.
Okay.
And in the final moment in tournament, when your mind is exploding with all your anxiety, you'll eventually just go back to 2006 and wave shine jab, and it'll be okay. But, like, in terms of practice, I want you to wave shine down tilt more.
Okay.
And I say that just from experience, because I'm just like, yeah, wave shine down tilt. And then in the final moment, I'm like, Leffen's not gonna SDI this jab, baby, like. So that's just how it is. That's Melee, It's what you can get away with in the final moment.
That's very true. Okay, so just down tilted. All right. Well, the follow up off a down tilt is normally what? Just grab.
Normally, you get a tech chase. Sometimes you down tilt them and they DI. So I'm not sure if you know exactly how down tilt knockback works. It's very weird. Where like, I don't remember exactly. I always forget. So it's like basically, I think it's that the tip of the tail sends more vertically. There's like 3 or 4 hitboxes, and as you get closer to Fox, it like either gets more vertical or more horizontal, and I can't remember. I think the tip of the tail is the most vertical, and as you get closer to Fox, it's more horizontal. But I always get it mixed up. But basically, it's kind of unpredictable. The tip is vertical? Okay, thanks. Yeah, so a lot of times it's kind of unpredictable based on like their DI and your wave shine distance and stuff to know exactly which of your down tilts are going to hit them, because there's like 3 or 4 I think there's 3 hitboxes. Like it's kind of a weird move. And so depending on like whether you can react to it, like if you see you're going to hit with the tip, you can kind of know that it's going to have like a more vertical hitbox, and if you're kind of closer inside them, you can tell that it's going to be more of like a horizontal. But it really doesn't matter, and most of the time you're not going to really be able to react to it. So at lower percents, most of the time you're going to down tilt and then just dash forward and get a tech chase. And then at higher percents, a lot of times you can do a down tilt, and then if they DI off stage, you can kind of get an edge guard, and if they don't, you just kind of up air or back air or whatever. It's just kind of like there, like there's not really. It's like if you hit someone with an up tilt at like 50, it's like, what are you gonna do after? And it's like, I don't know, it just depends where they go. I'll just hit them, like you have plenty of time to hit people, unless they DI really far off stage, in which case just edge guard,
Got you. Okay, and I know our time is coming to a close, so this is my last and most important question.
We have 8 minutes.
Nice. I got 8 minutes to
Yeah, we started at 2:36, so we have some time.
Nice. Okay, so I see a shield and I want to hit it. That's a big problem that I have. And the thing is like, okay, so let's say Fox shields, right?
Such a bad problem to have in the matchup where shielding is the end all be all of everything.
I know. Believe me, I've eaten enough shit for
like, I see a nail, I stomp on it. Like
that's exactly how I feel. Like, you know what?
Like, that's what I do.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, is that a pool that I can't swim in? Let's dive in.
Yeah.
So my thing is like, okay, like I said, I'm old, so like shield pressure was a thing back in the day, where it's like something you wanted to do because so
shield pressure is still good. It's just very specific, but I get what you're saying.
Exactly.
Continue.
It wasn't specific back then. It was just like, yo, just nair shine roll a bunch and you're fucking goated. That does not work now. It doesn't work.
It doesn't.
So now I'm just like, okay, I see a shield, and I'm just like, I don't know, I'm drawn to hit it, and I need to not be that way. What I was gonna ask you is, do you normally just, if you were to, let's just say you go for a nair, right, and they call it and they shield it, in your mind, are you just like programmed to say just like, okay, shine grab, or do you just try to get the hell out of dodge? And
So
I know that nair shine nair is not what you should do, but unfortunately my fingers are like, yeah, let's do this, and more often than not it's for the worse. So
the shield pressure against Fox is a little weird. So a lot of it is if you nair their shield and then you do like a double shine or a triple shine, you don't really need a triple shine, but a lot of times if you hit their shield and you double shine, usually what'll happen is like, so you have to think of like the moment that they're gonna try to do something out of shield. This is where all the shield pressure mix-ups come from. Is like, when are they going to try to act out of shield, And so the two major ones are like, are they going to immediately act out of shield as soon as they possibly can? Or are they going to wait in shield, And so like the most basic form of the pressure is that you can do So let's say you do like a nair or a drill, and like you don't really have any options left. Like you're shining, right? Like you hit their shield with one of your aerials, late, early, doesn't matter. You're shining. It's your fastest move. You gotta bet it all on that, right? Whether it's a late nair, if it's a late nair, then most of the time, depending on like the spacing of it, you have a chance to shine, and like that's true shield pressure. They can't act out of it. So usually what happens is you nair their shield, then you shine. So here's the question, because shine and like multi-shine is not like positive on shield. So after you do nair shine, they have a chance to act. And so what you want to do is you can beat that with double shine, or you can beat that with nair shine like early nair, or nair shine short hop drill. And then, so depending on what they do, if they do a shine out of shield, most of the time you would have needed to like double shine to beat it, or it depends on the spacing, whether their shine would hit you and stuff like that. But basically, if you do a double shine and they immediately act out of shield, your double shine will hit them. This is just I'm not really giving you the moves themselves as much as like the framework for it, right? Yeah, so if you double shine and they act immediately after the first shine, you'll hit them. And if you do a shine grab, and then their shine out of shield would beat your shine grab. But if they don't want to get hit by your double shine, they would have to keep holding shield. So if you do nair double shine, then if they tried to beat your shine grab, they would get hit. And if you do nair shine grab and they tried to wait out your double shine, they will get grabbed.
Got you.
And so a lot of times when you see longer shield pressure in like the modern era, it's stuff like someone will do like nair shine, and then they read that the other guy is going to keep holding shield, but they don't want to commit to a grab, because sometimes, maybe you do like nair shine and then someone spot dodges because they mess up their shine out of shield, and then you did a shine grab and then you get spot dodge shined or whatever, and you're like, dude, that's so dumb. So that's why you see people, they'll do like nair shine and then they do empty short hop late nair, because if somebody waits in shield, then you get to reset the nair shine, Because once the nair hits, you get the shine. And so you're like, nair shine, and then you're like, I'm reading that you are expecting the multi-shine or the continued shield pressure, so I'm going to create this little gap to get up in the air, and then I nair shine again, and now we're going to do it again. Do you want to get out of shield immediately? I might shine grab you, I might double shine you. Gotcha. Stuff like that. So it's sort of, you have to figure out, are they going to hold shield, or are they going to try to break out? And you kind of have to just read one of those things and kind of try to like pressure them using that. And the more you do it, the better you'll get at that.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I don't know. It's just the way I was doing it was wrong.
Well, because what you're most likely doing is you're most likely doing nair shine early nair, and then the person just holds shield, and then they grab your nair.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's either like nair shine jump late nair shine, or shine, or like nair double shine, or nair shine grab, and like kind of just mixing up between those is good. A lot of times you even get people who will do stuff like they'll do like nair shine wave dash back, and you can kind of like you have the advantage. Like it's still, in some form like the old times where when you hit somebody's shield, like you're in charge. You are still in charge. But like you get to choose the mix-up, and then they have to guess and do the right option for it. They don't really have control there, and so as you get better at it and more nuanced, then you can start doing things, where you hit their shield and you dash away, because you're like, well, every time I nair your shield, for a fact you have to hold that shield because I'm about to nair shine, right? But then instead of the shine, you do nair dash back. And then maybe they tried to do, when you do nair shine, they're trying to buffer a roll after the shine. So you just do nair dash back, and they'll roll directly into you, So it's a little complicated, but this is sort of the basis that you can use to build off of.
Yeah, definitely. Because like I said, for me, you hit it right on the head, where it's like, I would nair shine, Nair as fast as I possibly could, and it's like, oh, okay, well now that you did this horrible rising Nair on my shield, I'm going to grab you. And it's like, no, don't do that, please. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right, I'm definitely gonna work on just like just like timing my aerials better and adding double shine. I can double shine. I can double shine wave shine pretty consistently,
Mm-hmm.
but I never really used it on shield like that. The only time I would use it on shield is if they were like standing like at edge and I'll run in like near double shine because sometimes the first shine would send them off stage and the second shine would put them in a bad position.
Right. That is good though.
Um,
Doing that is good. Like Nair double shine in the corner is really good.
yeah,
If you're
but
crazy, you do things like KJH, where he'll do like late back air on shield, and then he'll do double shine turnaround grab out of the shines.
I could do that on box, but not a controller.
So it's like
And
there are still fun ways to do the shield pressure because that it requires a very precise timing response read from your opponent. So it's still good to get shield pressure, but the thing is that like in the Fox Ditto, most of the time when you catch somebody's shield, you don't get to be right on top of their shield with a late nair. So most of the time you're more kind of like you kind of just hit their shield and then they'll kind of be in a spot. Like you'll notice it as you use more shield in the matchup that like most of the shield pressure that people do, you can just shine at a shield it. A lot of times getting a shield pressure on some guy in the Fox Ditto, like when you see somebody's shield in the Fox Ditto, your goal should not be I'm going to go pressure that. A lot of times you're trying to hit someone and they happen to shield your move, and that's when you do the shield pressure. But if somebody's just shielding, I wouldn't recommend going in and trying to pressure it. Unless you're just doing it for practice, you know? But in terms of performance, I wouldn't recommend that.
Got you. So when you see people shielding in your head, are you like trying to take stage position?
I mean, the longer they sit and shield, the smaller their shield gets, right?
Yeah.
I just kind of like, well, go ahead and do that. Like, that's fine, but I'm gonna try to bait you. It does limit their options. Like, they can't dash nair at you out of shield. They have to wave dash or something like that. So shielding kind of limits their options. So if they're just shielding, like, that's fine. I'm just going to keep playing neutral.
Okay.
But now we are pretty much at time. So if you have any final thoughts, now would be the time to get it.
No, this last section we just talked about has been like plaguing me for like I don't know my whole career. So
well, okay, I'm glad we got that figured out then.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that those thoughts on shield pressure work on pretty much every character, right?
Yeah, and the thing is, a lot of times the shield pressure is a lot stronger because they don't have Fox's ridiculous shine out of shield.
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so double shine, shine grab is pretty much it, or a mix of just
just like try the double shine, and then a lot of times people will try to like get out after the first shine, and you'll notice you hit them. And then when people hold shield through the double shine, then practice, shine grabbing or whatever. And you'll kind of see that you can kind of catch people on this mix-up.
Got you. That's great info. That's super
awesome.
Good. Thank you so much.
All right, yeah, sick, man. Have a good one.
You too. Have a good one. Bye.